The problem is we weren't taught this in school. But imagine going through the first 20, 25, 30 years of your life and you've never been told about this thing. Business funding. We talk about credit. 7 out of 10 people have less than 650 credit scores, right? 83% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years, and the number one reason is due to not having enough capital. Business funding. So it's foreign. I think anything that's unfamiliar can always make people skeptical, especially our people, because just naturally that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But it's a cheat code too. Like, think about it. If I told you, hey, you can go get $100,000, no doc, you don't have to provide anything. All you need is a 700. If you weren't privy to this world, you probably be like, that sounds like a finesse, right? Yeah. What I tell people is like, a lot of people talk about, hey, if you want people to like you, go sell ice cream. And I always say, shoot, you could do funding too, because really, like, who's gonna turn down the money, right? And when people come to me, they're excited because I give them hope. I give them an opportunity to change their life. Like, most people can't save $100,000 even over 10 years, but I can show you how to go get $100,000 within 30 days if your profile set up the right way. If it's not set up the right way, 90 days even. What would that look like for most people? If you can go out and you can add what's called credit builder accounts, right? And what these are accounts that are going to help you to boost your credit with all three bureaus, typically, most of them. And what they do is they'll show as consistent on-time payments. So one of the biggest reasons people get denied for funding is because they don't have enough strength and enough age. So I like to compare it to, like, if you came to me, you asked me for money, right? And I said, okay, give me some references. Who have you borrowed money from and paid them back? If you don't have none, do you think I'm gonna give you some money?
Nah,
probably not. Right? So that's how the lenders look at us as people, right? So I always say, see yourself in the lenders. Would you give you money, right? So you can go add accounts like Credit Strong. You can go add Kickoff. You can go add Self. You can add a rent report and rental karma, which will help you report your rent every month. Most people are paying rent, and the beautiful thing about those last two accounts is they're also going to allow you to backdate. So now we can increase that age if you're newer to credit. So now that we have some of these accounts, right, ideally what you want to be at is about 10 primary accounts. Primary just means anything that's in your name. We talked about auto loans, student loans, mortgages, home loans. Any of these things that are reporting are your primary accounts. Next thing you want to do is you want to make sure your credit age is in order. I would say before going for business funding, we want at least 4.5 years of age, right? That's just going to show that you've borrowed money for a long period of time, right? Which means you're deemed more lend-worthy. All right, next thing is utilization. Utilization is about 30% of your whole report. So you need to make sure that if you have credit cards, you're paying them people back on the personal side, specifically even more so early, paying them down all the way, because this is going to determine how fundable you are when it comes to the business side, right? And what you can do if you have utilization issues, you can go check out some personal loan type plays like SoFi, Avant, Upgrade, Upstart, and they have like debt consolidation loans that we can use to pay down our credit card utilization. Because remember, because I know someone's going to say, well, that's still debt, but it's a different type of debt, right? When we talk about credit card debt utilization, that's specifically what the business lenders are looking for. So making sure if you have loan debt, that's fine, but you want to make sure that your credit cards stay down, right? Under 10% typically. And then we want to make sure we're on-time payments. You said that they're good. And then inquiries. I say make sure you got less than 4 in the last 6 months, preferably. Just gonna make you seem like you're not as thirsty for credit. And then what I tell you to do is start with some credit unions. All right, you can mix it up with like a tier 1 bank, which is just like a Discover or a Citibank, but typically we're gonna go with these credit unions. Now, the way you can guarantee you get these high limits with these credit unions, pledge loan at like Navy Fed, and the reason you want to do that is because not only does it strengthen your relationship with that lender, but it helps your overall credit report. But most importantly, as we're strengthening that relationship, now when we go for funding on that personal credit card, we're getting those $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 credit cards, right? Right. So you want big money, you need to operate as a big business. So you want to make sure you get you an entity, right? You can go to File, I think it's called Busy now, and get your LLC. You want to make sure you have a business address, a business email, business phone number. Email you can get right from GoDaddy. A business phone number you can get from Opus.com. I'm sorry, a business phone number you can get from Call8.com. A business address you can get from Opus.com.